here today, and on behalf of the City Commission,
Yeah,
we appreciate you taking the time to visit with us.
yeah, really, I just wanted to, this is my last meeting of the stop here, quick 2-day trip to Montana, and the real goal was to really just get out and see, this is my first time to Montana, see Helena, and see the training areas out here, and visit with the Chamber of Commerce, visit with the VA, visit with this different community, and now the community leadership, which is great to get some time with you, and I really do appreciate it. So what I do is I'm the senior commander for Fort McCoy in 19 states. So with that is from Ohio all the way out to Washington, and I think there's about 50,000 soldiers in my footprint. You know, I don't do mission command, but we do like facilities. I have over 700 facilities in that 19-state region, 211 locations, 6 equipment storage sites with lots of equipment in it. So really I run the business end of the Army Reserve for my region. I just came off of a command I was the 416th Theater Engineer Command, where I command for Europe, and I commanded roughly 11,000 soldiers, engineers, combat engineers, construction engineers, and things like that. So came from the kind of the functional, doing the stuff. Now I'm running the business end of it, and really, you know, Montana got on my radar just because we've never been out here, and really we have Army Reserve units in Montana, and just really see what it's all about. And I've been very, very pleasantly surprised, and the reception I've received. You know, this is a very, very patriotic city, right? You know, people really have, you know, really care about service, and so it's been a great trip so far. You know, and so yeah. So the impact that we have, the Army Reserve has in Montana is, I think we have about 1,000 soldiers based in Montana. About 68 million in revenue or business that we bring to the community, and one of the things we're looking at right now, my DPW is just starting it, is really what's the master plan for Montana. We're doing a master plan for like 2 different states, and Montana is one of them, and it's really looking at our, you know, with the growth in Montana, there's huge growth, right? And cities are growing. This is a place people want to be. Do we look at investing in facilities, and do we look at investing in putting more units out in Montana? And that'll come back with, you know, when they start to do all of their analysis and things like that. Because we're constantly looking at, you know, the Army Reserve, just like any other branch of the service, is really recruiting. Where everybody's having a hard time finding talent, and so we need to look probably 5-6 years out where we want to put units where we can get the best demographics, where we can get the best pull from, so we're positioning the Army Reserve for success. And you know, right now our key focuses are on, you know, key cities are Milwaukee, Chicago, Minneapolis, Washington, or Seattle area, Tacoma, and so those are kind of my big recruiting cities that we're looking at. But you know, where do we go? And 5 years from now, I think, you know, you can't, there's no crystal ball, but where do we position ourselves for success? And how can we do that? And with, you know, infrastructure and so that's kind of my you know, pitch right now. But yeah, so. But so anyway, so I guess some of my messaging is this. One, I need to get more soldiers in, right? We need to work with you and businesses. And then I think National Guard and Reserve, you know, I'm a Reserve General, but National Guard brings a lot to the table with soldiers, and they have a big presence here. I just met with General Wilkinson and those team, met with Fort Harris. Great people, but you know, soldiers in general bring a lot to the table. And Reserve's like, you were a reservist.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Yeah. And look where you are today, right? So yeah. So it really they bring a lot of perspective. And I met with meeting with the Chamber of Commerce today, really getting the message out of, you know, creating those partnerships as, you know, your population's growing and things like that. So really good visits.
Good. Well, we're happy that you were able to make Helena stop, because you know, Montana as a whole, you know, we're way up there when it comes to, in terms of per capita, veterans and soldiers and all of that, we're up on the top because you can do a lot of recruiting from here. So
Yeah.
use the civilians around here too to do some of your
Yeah.
recruiting.
Well, I met with the superintendent of East Helena.
Dan Rispet?
Yeah, Dan, yeah, and I was just really impressed with, you know, the GRTC program that they're putting in place and things like that. So, you know, I have, well, the Army Reserve, but they're at my disposal too. I have over 100 scholarships that we're not giving out this year. August 1st is the deadline, and that's really a full ride to college if you're gonna go ROTC. Think about it.
Yeah.
100. And that's 100 missed opportunities, I see it. And, I mean, the only stipulation is that you go to an ROTC program and you serve in the Army Reserves as a lieutenant for 4 years afterwards. What
That's
is
it.
it? And you get paid for those
Yeah.
weekends, and you
Yeah.
get leadership qualities. I mean, I will tell you, I started out as a private at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, the Army is a culture that, and has the opportunities, no matter who you are. If you wanna put in the time and the work, you can make it to a 2-star general in charge of 19 states and everything like that. I mean, it's not an easy road, but it's a road, but those opportunities are always afforded to people, and which is why, you know, I have so much passion for serving and that, so so I'm on active duty now. I when I was the theater engineer commander, I was dual hat. I had my civilian job and this. I was an executive for a global software company, and I had to make a change. Life just was not good. Working 100-hour weeks and having all that responsibility kind of wasn't fun. So then I chose just to go active duty for a couple of years because I love it and I have the passion for it. And how many people in here have served? All right, so yeah. The two police officers. What were your MOSs? MPs?
So yeah, yes sir, I'm a 31 Alpha, currently serving with Montana Guard.